Metal scholars, today I'm going to try to dive into one of the most complicated songs of even in Arcadia, and it's called Gethsemane, track number 9, second to last, an amazing tune. Why Gethsemane? Gethsemane, Garden of Semen, Garden of Seeds, the Mount of Olives. It's a biblical story, right? So the title is pointing towards that, and we're going to talk about that, but it's just amazing that they released a song that's so personal, so intimate. Might be about the man behind the mask and about previous stories. That's the secret. It's about the echoes. It's not necessarily about gods or masks. This time, it's a more traditional type of approach of a confession, diary, journal. It's an opportunity for us to really delve into this amazing experience that Gethsemane offers us. Shame, rejection. It's that liminal space where you're still haunted by someone who's, abandoned you or who's been part of your past. You're not really ready to let go of them, right? It's so hurtful. It's so tough to read some of those parts that it feels like it's emotional crucifixion, to be really exaggerated about that. But Vessel lays everything here, I feel that we're hearing from the man behind the mask. I wanted you to know I've learned to live without it. And the way that he's singing, like the falsetto, it's very like singer-songwriter. What's the name of the guy? Bon Iver and some other artists from the 90s and early 2000s, Damien Rice. He says, and even though it's colder now, I no longer feel surrounded. What do we have here? It's definitely painful. There's the presence of the protagonist and the lover. It's warm, but at the same time, you can feel that it's suffocating. This isn't the story of love lost. It's the story of someone who wanted to be loved, but they only received fragments. That warmth was conditional. It always came with a price. You've never listened to me. That line, it breaks the entire illusion. If you've ever felt invisible, silence can be louder than cruelty. How about the naked truth? Can you imagine sharing that intimate thing? Talking about that to the whole world. Imagine the crowd at Download Festival and you're like, okay, I'm gonna share personal details of my life, okay? You never saw me naked. You wouldn't even touch me, except if you were wasted. When you're reading about it, it's so confessional, like I said, painfully real, brave. Who's got the guts to do that? He's not just talking about physical reaction. He's talking about emotional abandonment. Imagine being with someone who doesn't want to see you, who only touches you when they're numb. And then he continues, but you were trying your best. So he's like, but you were trying your best. Maybe he wants to believe that, or maybe he needs to believe that, because if he doesn't, if she wasn't trying, then what was all the pain for? Okay, now the part about ghosts. He says, you were my Harlequin bride. I was your undercover lover. I was your robot companion. You were my favorite color. As you know, the lines are hauntingly poetic. He saw her as a chaotic, theatrical, like Harlequin bride, someone dramatic, erratic, vivid, while in contrast, he was more like utilitarian, more predictable, functional. He served as a companion, but he sees himself as black and white. So he's fading into the grayscale to keep her around, because he's like, okay, I'm going to be gray, I'm going to be black and white, and you can add the colors, whatever colors you want. But these colors, are they actually helping you somehow? And he keeps on confessing. That's the thing I tell the others. That's the thing I tell the mirror. So he's so worried about the situation that he's constantly rehearsing the narrative. Maybe he doesn't believe in himself. Maybe he has to keep repeating that just like a mantra. Maybe he wants to own the pain. It's like, I noticed that I'm in pain. And you notice the parallel with Gethsemane here, because it's like Gethsemane, someone's going to be betrayed. You know about it. You can feel it. This is very tense. How are you going to survive that? And that's the part that we're going to delve into now. The Garden of the Olive Trees, Gethsemane, obviously not accidental, exactly like Nazareth and Calcutta. Stories of Sleep Token are echoes of the past. Everything that we do here, people have done in the past similarly, right? Lived similar things. We are a collection, like the collective unconscious. That's sleep. That's the experience. That's life. That's death. If we go back to the biblical garden, we know that Jesus waited in anguish, right? Knowing that he would be betrayed by Judas. The song is just saying, well, there's a long wait before emotional death. Let's compare it. So he says, thought I was waiting for you when all along It was you with a countdown kill switch. That's a parallel, a perfect parallel of the whole situation, like the Jesus situation and his situation. He thought he was holding space for something beautiful. And in reality, the clock's going, right? The betrayal had already been set. The betrayal had already been set in motion, and he didn't notice, or maybe he didn't see it, not because he didn't notice he was like completely clueless, but because he didn't want to. And it was me with the blindfold on. That line just stops the whole thing. I mean, you're just like, okay, now I get it. Do you want to hurt me? Because nobody hurts me better, right? Do you want to hurt me? And it's the mantra. Do you want to hurt me? Because nobody hurts me better. So, man, there's something almost sarcastic in this. It's the tragic irony. Somebody you trust to embrace you is going to crush you. And it's like, okay, what do I feel? I feel pain. Pain is part of my life. Pain is part of the whole experience. Came in like a dream, put it down like a smoke. And that part is completely like different. The genre bending, right? It changes the atmosphere of the song. Like, came in like a dream, put it down like a smoke. Kind of almost like Post Malone. Love as a cigarette. But yeah, the amazing thing here is the metaphor of the cigarette. Addictive, but really bad for you, bad for your health, right? Toxic, smoke, but still, like, it's the smell, the damage, the smoke is a sign. It lingers. It's the ash on your clothes, poison in your lungs. So this is amazing, like the metaphors. The residue, manifested smoke and ash and everything, it's the manifestation of the trauma. It's the kind of trauma that you cannot really just wash off. No one's gonna save me from my memories. No redemption. I mean, no one is coming to help you. You're gonna be there waiting for the tragic thing to happen. And he says, I would have given anything to get closer to you and all your enemies. So he's saying, well, I would have bled for you. I would have embraced your darkness. And yet, you couldn't even bear to see me naked. So this is grief. It's the death of a person who tried to become someone else just to be loved. And I'm trying to be someone else to be loved. Please appreciate that. But he lost both the love and he's lost himself. In a way, he's just speaking to everyone out there who's tried too hard. I mean, you're trying too hard, you're staying too long. That might be good for your heart, but it's not going to be good for your head. That's exactly what he says. We know Sleep Token has always been about masks, to separate the ego, to separate the mortal from the divine. But Gethsemane shows us exactly what happens when the mask cracks. Is it a god? Is it a monster? No, just a human, bleeding, breaking, being honest, remembering, sharing that with you so you can process things and you can apply to your life through a musical theater, a musical experience. What do you think? This song nearly broke me. It's very hard to listen to this song and keep your composure. But I want to know more about how you feel. So please share your comments down below. And as always, music is what music does. I'm signing out. Bye now.